Ms. Romela Zaynab from Iqra University.
Our today's topic is the lens behind the semblance of parents, the role of parents in their early childhood education. So let's begin with Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs 4. They talk about sustainable. They actually recognize the importance of ECD is the foundation of later health. Basically, ECD is important for their children for later health, learning, and their well-being. That's why they're targeting that by 2030, every child should get proper care, education, and learning opportunities, especially pre-primary education, because pre-primary education is the foundation, and pre-primary education will make them ready for their primary education. We know that schools are very important for education. They play important part for child's education and grooming. That's why in past, schools and homes, it was a strictly division between the role of school and home. Schools were especially, it was imagination, it was their role that schools will only handle academic issues and parents will focus on social aspects. But by the middle of 20th century, parents have been more involved in education of their children. So now, and it's also said that parents are the first teacher for their children. So now it's very hard to deny parental involvement and involvement of parents, the importance of involvement of parents in their children's education. Literature also support this phenomena that especially ECD and care policy, they have brought a lot about the parental participation, parental involvement. And now it is leveling up from top to bottom. And this shifting is very interesting because it doesn't only develop children's academic success but overall personality. So it is very important to involve parents in child's academic issues and personality development. So they must be given chance to participate. Because parental involvement is most influential factor in the child's willingness to adjust to schools, because if you are talking about early childhood education, parents are facing much more difficulty in their initial age when the child is ready to move towards the school. So parental involvement also help and cater to children with special abilities, those who are suffering from any mental illness. Parental involvement is still important because they are able to make them ready to accept their children for the society. PI helps a student from entry level to exit level at the kindergarten, especially family-school collaboration and family-school relationship motivates children to transit to school. When the child sees his mother at the school, he feels motivated and he feels ready to go to school. In the end, it seems that parental involvement increases child well-being, not only in education but in other domains as well. So we have seen literature has enough evidence that parental involvement is much more important for every aspect of child. But this topic is now overgrowing. Even today, this topic is now most considered topic in the community because parents are most important factor for the child life. So literature was enough, but what we observed that the concept of parental involvement is broad and interconnected with multiple keywords, like we had discussed: parental involvement, parental participation, parent-school association, and parent-teacher relationship. The problem was diagnosed when talking about parental involvement. Other concepts like what is parental participation, collaboration, and engagement, are they used vice versa? So it was remained unclear that how parents considered themselves involved in their child's education and to what extent school incorporate them in their child educational matters. So now we are going to see parental involvement from the lens of parent. Are they really involved in their children's education? For this, we made 2 research questions. To what extent are parents involved in their children's education? And how much do the institute incorporate them into their knowledge? So, objective of our paper is, this paper is to highlight this gap by analyzing the existing content on how much parents are involved and how school incorporate them in their child's educational matters. How did we work on this paper? To collect our data, we did content analysis. And we have gone through with multiple papers, and we conduct content analysis by considering multiple articles to find literature. We explored that. We obviously searched some SSCI recognized journal by using parental involvement, and we got multiple research for parental involvement, parental engagement, and childhood and academic success, and so on. And after getting 2,000 papers, we have started listed short-listed papers, because we wanted to target early childhood development, early age of education, and parental involvement. That's why and obviously paper were in different languages. So after shortlisting few papers, we got 110 papers, which were related to direct our content. So after reading enough literature, we made an Excel sheet and start writing our references and important details about our content and about our questions. And then we did some thematic analysis by using NVivo software. And then what were our findings after coding? We are going to talk about parental involvement from the lens of parent. So now our findings were parent participation in school activities. It has been observed through the literature that parents' involvement is directly related to parent and school involvement. So there were three things considered here: school-based, home-based, and home-school relationship. By describing the partnership between school and home, researchers aim to instill parents, because school is one of the most limited place where parents have very little space. They pick up and drop their children from home to school. Most schools don't offer open door policy for parents to meet teachers and for their children. There is much more to be done in this area of parental involvement, such as the regular extensive meeting. It can be done. It is our suggestion, and suggestion will come later on towards the solution. But the key point is parents are very less involved in school activities. They are not allowed to see what their children are doing on the name of activities, which type of activities are being conducted in schools, especially in early years. The missing voice of parent. Is anyone listening to them? The missing parent voice was observed during the analysis of parental involvement in contemporary literature. It appears that schools are conceptualizing PI. They claim they are shifting towards parental involvement without listening to parents' voice in first place. Parents are important. They are co-producer of education for their children. But how much they are engaged in making timetables, in discussing activities, which type of activities are budget friendly? Nobody is going to ask from parents. It seems that parents adjust their expectation. They have to adjust their expectation, because the school is not going to listen what is their expectation for their children. But yes, we have to according to the literature, parents have to adjust their expectation according to the policy of the school about the issue. And PI based is implicit explicit rules, norms, and routines set by schools. Instead of co-constructing these, no, they are not going to discuss about it. They are not going towards constructions, but they have to set themselves. The role of parents in school is thus defining the conceptualization. They have to adjust themselves in the framework which is set by school. That's it. Parent-school partnership. If we are talking about partnership, there is always two-sided relationship. But unfortunately, according to data, parents are only instrument for schools. Our analysis has shown that parental involvement is connection between school and parents, often ignored or excluded by the stakeholder. Our finding reveals that school often use parent even instrumentalization for educational purpose and to build connection for only socio-economic terms, unfortunately. Parental involvement and academic achievement. PI has emerged as a powerful predictor for children's academic skills. Yes, we can predict what will be the academic status of the child if the parent would be involved in this particular student. If we talk about No Child Left Behind policy, they also encourage parental involvement, and it's a benchmark for all children. I am going to make my presentation short, and recommendation now comes towards the solution, and solution will be given by my co-author Humaira Nadeem. So over to you, Humaira.
Assalamu alaikum. As my friend have talked a lot about the problems, but here a few recommendations as we have researched about it. So we come to an end that the parents must be involved throughout the academic procedure of the children, and especially the dialogue between the teacher and the parents, because the parents are mostly not allowed to have the direct dialogues with the teachers, right? They have to take appointment, or mostly in the PTMs they are given the time for 10 minutes. So it's a very short time to discuss the details about each and every child's. Parent must be given a proper time to discuss about it, because in conventional style of teaching and the conventional style of learning, the parents are never given that much importance, right? So we must think about it, and we must design our policies in a way that parents feel free to talk directly to the teachers, right? Now there shouldn't be any specific people or person to whom the parents are addressing to. The teacher must know about the child's need from their parents, and for that we must train the professionals in the early childhood education and care, since our study has demonstrated how PI is also about participation. Now I would like to have recommendations from you people as well, if anyone wants. Yes.
Assalamualaikum. I am student of second semester PhD in social work. I am currently earning my degree in social work. I would like to recommend that there should be one person between parents and school committee, school management committee. A school social worker must be appointed. I currently recommend in my research also that a school social worker must be appointed at primary, middle, elementary level.
Right.
That will hear and make solution of the problems of the parents, and will convey these all matters to the school head.
Okay.
Because due to shortage of timetable and other issues, parents are not able to meet the head individually one by one. It would be better that school social worker should solve the matters at school level.
Yes. Okay, very good recommendation. Achha, as yes.
So right now we have this, it's not a new concept, helicopter parenting.
Yes.
So how would you address to it? Because it's a new emerging area where there are serious concerns that parents are too much involved बच्चे की life में. So आपने देखा उसको
Actually, what we are doing at our school, because I belong to a school which is LIM school, a Leader in Me school, which is from the Franklin Covey's Lighthouse School. So there we used to have air tutors in our schools, right? So those air tutors are used to be with the child, just like if you talk about the early childhood. So those air tutors are with the child since the child is admitted to the school, and they used to just go with the child. If the child is going towards passing out to next level, the air tutor pass with that person, right? Now your question, that the parents are having a too much influence in the student's life, the child lives, because yes, sometimes it happens that it's due to the parents' influence, the students or the child has no choice, or is not allowed to make choices. Is that your question? I'm taking you right?
Okay. Basically, my question was related to your design also.
Yes.
Anyway, tell it. We'll discuss.
Am I getting you right?
Yeah.
Right? So, okay, Jazakallah.